more apparent, even more now. You know what I mean? But to me, this is what I always saw. This is what I always thought about him. You know, always did. And it got to a point where I'm watching him and I'm just like, do he wants to play basketball still? Like, it's one thing, like, yeah, you're gonna play because it's your job. You gotta make a living. You're not gonna retire right now. No, you're gonna play. But then you see people playing for more than just a paycheck. You see people playing for their legacy. You see people playing you know, for the teammates and the fans and trying to win as many championships as they could win. You got LeBron James at 38 years old, still out there doing what he's doing. He could have been retired. He got 4 rings and everything. He could have retired after he got the Lakers a ring. Like, all right, man, I'm good now. Sign back with the Cavs. Do one more year for Cleveland, and I'm out. And no one would have back. Nobody would have back an eye. Everybody would have been just fine with that decision. You know what I mean? I could see he's playing a little bit for more than just it's a job. It's a fun job to him. You know what I mean? It's like I look at Ben. I'm just like, man, do you want to play? Do you want to play? Because it's the fourth quarter. It's the last 4 minutes left in the game. The Brooklyn Nets is down by a few points, and I don't see you. I don't see you talking with your coach. Say, yo, coach, man, you gotta put me in there. You gotta put me in there. You have a big enough name. Your name is bigger than Coach Vaughn that you can go to and be like, hey man, I gotta get in this game. It's a big enough name for that, at least. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just sometimes I just feel like he don't want to play. Sometimes I just feel that way. Like he just generally just don't want to play anymore. And and it shows, man, to me. It shows. It shows when I see his stat line, when I see that he only shot the ball 7 times. He's a point guard with only 5 assists, 4 personal fouls in this game. I found out yesterday that he got more personal fouls than points in this season. He got more personal fouls in this season than points. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you only allow 6 points a game, so how's that even possible? How is that possible? You only allow six. I said 6 points. I meant 6 fouls. You only allow 6 fouls a game. So how is that even possible for you to have more fouls than points between the months of October to January? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, man. And then you only play 29 minutes in a close game with the Philadelphia 76ers in Philadelphia. Like, fourth quarter, the last 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Why Coach Vaughn didn't put you in the game? They could have used some defense. They could have used some defense right there since you did for defense. You're on that team for defense. Oh man, Ky- Kyrie, man, he tried, man. He put up 30 points, 10 assists, wasn't enough. You know, wasn't enough. Same Sixers win that game, 137 to 133, and we're waiting for the day Kevin Durant comes back, which should be, for what I heard yesterday, should be in a couple weeks, couple more weeks, should be. Joel Embiid, international players, man. He had a game, man. 26 points, 10 rebounds, but then all we gonna talk about is that celebration. That's all we talking about is the celebration, the suck it celebration. That's a good thing about the podcast. You know what I mean? You watching shows on TV. They just say, like, oh, obscene gesture, or that thing he did. Man, I could say what it is, man. He told the Brooklyn Nets to suck his dick. That's what happened, man. That's what happened. He told the Brooklyn Nets to suck it. And in the beginning, I was okay with it. I didn't see anything wrong with it in the beginning. And then I saw Kevin Durant's tweet, trash celebration. And I was like, why? It took me a moment to realize, oh wait. Kevin Durant is a Brooklyn Net. He told his teammates to suck it. So of course he's gonna respond like that, right? That's why he respond like that. Of course, defending his teammates. But there's nothing wrong for what he did. There's two things wrong for what he did. Two things. One, even though you did it towards it's a gesture meant for the Brooklyn Nets. You did it to the crowd. Now you're in Philadelphia. We all know that you wasn't telling Philadelphia to suck it. You just can't face the Brooklyn Nets and do that because there's gonna be a huge fight. It's gonna be some repercussions from that. Brooklyn ain't gonna stand for that. So you know what I mean? But still, there's kids in the crowd, man. There's kids in the crowd. And that gesture is pretty old. We're talking about 20 years or so, maybe 24 years. Maybe a little bit more than 24 years, maybe 26 years. That the gesture suck it was invented. So if I have an 8-year-old in the crowd and my 8-year-old is saying, what did that mean, Daddy? And I gotta explain to my 8-year-old, he's telling Brooklyn to suck it. Suck what? Yeah. So that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't cool. And the second thing reason why that was a bad celebration was for the meaning of it. Now, I mentioned earlier, international players tend to get away with more things than American players. I was gonna say Black American players, but that's not fair because white American players get punished too when they do things, right? But but if he was a Black American, if he looked exactly the same as he looks right now, same hairstyle, same features, same skin color, 7 foot tall, everything the same, and he was born in Newark, or he was born in Brooklyn, or he was born in L.A. You know, or he was born in the cocaine portions of Miami, like in the hood, basically. He got suspended for a game. I don't even think Joel Embiid is even going to get a fine. He might not even get a fine. You know what I mean? And not just because he's an international player. I mean, a lot of people probably are fans of D Generation X and thought it was funny. I thought it was funny at first. Suck it! Let's get ready to suck it! But man, you can't be doing that towards the crowd, though, man. I rather him and like like in the middle of the court and just do it real quick. Like he made the basket, he's running back on defense, and he just like suck it real quick. I'd rather him do that than stand in front of the crowd, pause for the crowd, basically pausing for pitches, and have his long arms all the way up in the air above his head, and a big suck it towards the crowd, and then run on defense. That was a little bit much. I'm on KD on that one, man. That was trash, man. It was trash. It was trash. It was trash the way he did it. The way he did it was trash. I don't see no difference between that and Steph Curry putting down his pants saying, "I'm shitting on these dudes." I don't see no difference. Both didn't get had any repercussions from their celebrations. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like you gotta do better than that, man. Yeah, I get it. Seeing Ben Simmons' face is probably set him off. I get it, I understand. But you gotta do something. You gotta be better than that, man. Gotta be better than that. And before I stop talking about um the game real quick, let's get a shout out to James Harden, man. Let's get a shout out to James Harden, man. 50% shooting, 50% from the 3-point line, 23 points, 7 assists, 35 minutes on the floor. It was real interesting. Watching the fourth quarter, seeing James Harden making plays in the fourth quarter, no Ben Simmons, and the Brooklyn Nets traded James Harden for Ben Simmons. And you don't even trust Ben Simmons to be in the game at at at, at crunch time in the last minutes of the fourth quarter. But there's James Harden making plays in the last minutes of the fourth quarter. Oh my God. Bad trade. Let's stick with the NBA, man. There's some NFL news, but nah, we're gonna stick with the NBA. You know, the Australian Open is going down right now too in the semifinals. Victoria Azarenka. I don't know if she got a win yet and everything. I ain't checked the stats, but future episode, future episode. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So rivalry week in the NBA. Lakers Spurs. Guess who's back? Back again. Anthony Davis. You know, I was able to watch the game. I'm not able. Well, yeah, was able to watch the game. Um, but but it was nice to see how the Lakers going to look because they was. I'm not gonna say they was like full speed because it wasn't. AD came off the bench, scored 21 points off the bench. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be some moments. It's gonna be some moments for him to come. Get back in his groove, basically, right? We got to see the young buck. We got to see the young buck play in his debut. Let me see if I could I said his name pretty well yesterday. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it. Hakimura. Ooh, I think I got that. Hakimura. I hope so. Hakimura. He also came off the bench, but making his debut. Making his debut, it's all good. He put up 12 points. 12 points, 12 rebounds. I mean, 6 rebounds. So it was nice to see how they're gonna look when you got Anthony Davis, you got Hakimura in the game. What's funny is this like a team is like opposite day when it's coming to their starting lineups and they bench players, man. Anthony Davis coming off the bench, 26 points, 21 points. I mean, 26 minutes, 21 points. Hakimura come off the bench, 22 minutes, 12 points. Russell Westbrook come off the bench, 28 minutes, 14 points. Right? Who's in the starting lineup? Who's in the starting lineup? That's crazy. That's crazy. Who's in the starting lineup then? Who's your starting point guard? Is it Schroeder? Is it Beverly? Because you got 2 point guards in the in the starting five at the same time. And even if you do start Westbrook, that's another point guard. You got no shooting guards. You got no real like wing players on this team. No real wing players. Other than LeBron, who's your other like wing player? Troy Brown? I mean, who else is there? You know what I mean? you without Anthony Davis, you do have a true center